Hey everyone, think about your job for a second. Is there a clear path forward, or does it kind of feel like you're just there? Today, we're going to break down how careers actually move inside a company. And, it might not be what you think. Let's dive in.
When you really boil it all down, every single career move comes back to this one simple but really powerful question: up, over, or out. These are pretty much the only three directions your journey inside a company can take. The real question is, are you in the driver's seat or are you just along for the ride?
Exactly. It's a journey. But here's the thing. Are all these movements, the promotions, the transfers, people leaving, are they just random? Do they just happen? Or are they actually part of a smart, strategic plan that helps both the employee and the company? Let's find out.
All right, so let's start with the one everybody thinks of first: climbing that corporate ladder. What does it actually mean to move up?
So, a promotion is way more than just a new title and a bigger paycheck, right? It's the company formally saying, hey, we see you, you're doing great work. It's a clear signal that they see a future for you, one with more responsibility and hopefully more opportunity. And this is why there's such a huge win-win. For you, the employee, it's a tangible reward, and it shows you a path forward. And for the company, well, it's one of the absolute best ways to keep their top talent. I mean, when people see that there's a future for them, they're much more likely to stick around and help build it.
But what if the best move isn't up at all? What if it's sideways? Let's talk about the often underestimated power of the transfer.
A transfer, or what you might call a lateral move, is really all about broadening your horizons. It's a chance to step out of your lane, to learn a totally different part of the business, and to pick up skills you just wouldn't get if you stayed in the same role. But the real magic of transfers, it happens at the company-wide level. When you have people moving sideways, the whole organization gets smarter, more flexible. You start breaking down those silos. You're creating a team that doesn't just know their own little corner. They get the bigger picture. And that makes them way better at adapting to new challenges. And that brings us to our final path. We have to talk about the end of the journey with a company, moving out. An exit is, well, it's just when someone leaves. It can be a really happy occasion, like a well-earned retirement, or it could be a tough one, like a layoff. But no matter the reason, how a company handles this moment is absolutely critical. And that's because the way one person leaves sends a massive signal to everyone who's still there. Handling an exit with respect and integrity, that isn't just about being a good person. It's about protecting the morale of your current team and safeguarding your company's reputation out in the real world. Okay, so we've got our three paths: up, over, and out. But here's the deal. The best companies don't just sit back and react to these moves. No, they have a strategic playbook for managing this whole flow of talent. This quote just nails it. It really gets to the core of it all. Is your company constantly looking outside for new talent, or is it actively building its future leaders from the people it already has? A promote from within philosophy isn't just a nice slogan. It's a real commitment to your own team. And if you want a perfect example of this in action, look no further than the consumer goods giant Procter Gamble. They are literally famous for this stuff, for building their leadership from the inside out. So how do they do it? It's not an accident, it's a deliberate process. First, they spot high-potential people early on. Then, they purposefully move them through different parts of the company. Sound familiar? Those are the lateral moves we were just talking about. This gives them really broad experience. So what's the result? When a big leadership role opens up, they've got this deep bench of qualified internal people ready to step right in. This brings us to two really key tools in that playbook. On one side of the coin, you have succession planning. That's the proactive part, looking ahead and asking, okay, who's going to be ready to take over this critical job? Then, on the other side, you have exit interviews. That's reactive. That's looking back and asking someone who's leaving, hey, what could we have done better? You absolutely need both to keep improving.
So really, when you get right down to it, this is the big takeaway. Whether someone is moving up, over, or out, managing that whole process with transparency, honesty, and fairness is what builds a strong, positive culture. It creates a place where people feel valued because they know the process is fair for everyone.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. How well does your own company manage its career compass? Is there a clear, intentional strategy for how talent moves through the organization, or is it kind of like a lottery? The answer doesn't just define individual careers, it defines the entire culture. Thanks for tuning in.